Hello and welcome to SoCal Prep Report. I'm Randy Rosenbaum with the revered Eric Sotheimer from the Los Angeles Times. Eric, we're at Birmingham High School. The Patriots are into the finals at Dodger Stadium in Division I baseball. They'll meet top-ranked Chatsworth in the championship game on Saturday. A terrific win for Birmingham, 2-1 over Cleveland. And Chatsworth in the other semifinal got by ECR 2-1. You were there. You were at Dato Field on the campus of USC for the semifinals. Two terrific games.
Yeah, both teams played well defensively. Both teams had great starting pitching, but more importantly, they had tremendous relief pitching. And I think that's been the focus of how El Camino is the two-time defending champion. They had another pitcher to come off the bench to bail them out, and now it looks like going into this 1 p.m. game, Birmingham and Chatsworth both have the kind of pitching depth that they'll have somebody ready to go. If the starting pitcher even gives up any runs, they'll bring in somebody very quickly.
You know, we used to talk about Valley depth, and they keep winning the city championships. Now it's strictly the West Valley. All 4 semifinal teams from the West Valley for the second year in a row. And if you go back 3 years ago, it was 3 out of 4. That's 11 out of 12 slots over the last 3 years have come from the West Valley League.
Well, it's all about pitching. I mean, the West Valley League teams have had the best pitchers. Last year, Granada Hills had maybe the best pitcher in Chris Murphy, and they didn't even get there. But because all these teams have had such great amount of pitching depth, the teams outside the valley have had no chance. This was a really predictable year. I didn't know who was going to make the finals, but I knew it would come from the West Valley League.
We're previewing the championship game. We are at Birmingham. We'll talk with the head coach here in his 11th season, Matt Mowry, in our next segment. We're also going to talk with their 2 fine pitchers. They have 2 quality left-handed throwers here, and we'll meet them. Eddie Rosales is a senior, and the other left-hander, Armando Yanez, who came in from out of state, has really been terrific.
Yeah, he's been the reason why Birmingham has gotten to this far. He's become the starter, and Rosales also the closer, and so that's really helped them a lot.
All right, I want to take a little bit of a trip down memory lane. Some of my favorite moments from Dodger Stadium and the championship games. I know we both picked the same event, the Brett Saberhagen no-hitter in 1982. What do you remember about that game for Cleveland when he no-hits Palisades?
Well, I just remember in the parking lot afterward, there was a big argument as who was going to drive Brett Saberhagen to talk to Channel 4 News. And but it was a remarkable performance. It was as close as you can get to a perfect game, a little air that cost it. But great performance. The other one that I remember is Kevin Farlow of Kennedy hitting a home run against Banning late in the game at Dodger Stadium to win the game in an extra inning game. So that was important.
I remember the 2003 game. That was a Chatsworth win over Carson. Brian Peterson hit the ball out for a 2-run home run. You and I actually announced that game, but the key there, they were going for a national championship, and they had Justin Castle pitching. And like Brett Saberhagen, he had phenomenal control that night, took a no-hitter into the 7th inning. It's only a 7-inning game. Pitched a 1-hitter. The right fielder, John Sims, got a hit for Carson to break it up. But the Castle performance, he finished 15-0. They won the national title.
Right. The reminder for all teams and the players that are playing this weekend, don't go for home runs. You got to go for hits. And because so many times I've seen teams hit fly ball out after out, combination of defense and not walking people, and you will win the game.
You know, we talk so much about program history. Chatsworth, who's won so many games every year, has won 9 overall city titles, 8 of them under their head coach, Tom Usborne, now going for their 10th, and he's personally going for his 9th. But Birmingham, don't sleep on the Patriots. They won 3 championships in the 60s, the big championship over Chatsworth in 2014. They're going for their 5th title. These are 2 terrific programs.
Yeah, you can throw out the games that they played earlier in league season. Obviously, Chatsworth dominated, but it's meaningless. If you watch last semifinals games, could have gone either way. Chatsworth clearly is the favorite. They've been my pick from the very beginning. They've had the best pitching depth, the best defense. They have the best player maybe in Daniel Sikosik. But in a one-game situation, it's all about the nerves. And Birmingham has a kid named Yanez who is so cool, calm, and collected out there. Anything could happen, and so I look for a good game.
You mentioned Daniel Sikosik. He's a catcher. There's a good catcher here, too, and Tincher, a young player, a young guy that does very well for the Patriots. And I know you always hone in. You key in on the catcher because of the large discrepancy of the backstop from a regular high school stadium to Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, it's the catcher, the first baseman who must make sure the balls don't get past them on balls in the dirt, and also bunts. You know, you make an error and a bunt at Dodger Stadium, and it could be a triple. So it's all about the defense. That's where Chatsworth, I believe, has an advantage. They're much more experienced. But again, I'm not saying Birmingham isn't going to win, because I think Yanez is a crazy left-hander who is going to love the spotlight, and then they have Rosales available off the bench.
As we go to break, I do want to remind everyone there was one other game that comes to mind. It was also in 2014.
You've done a lot of games.
I've done a lot of games. The one before the Chatsworth game, the Division II game, when in the Division I, Birmingham beats Chatsworth. But before that, Dorsey was down 4-0 to Van Nuys. Dorsey hadn't won a championship in over a half a century. They got 11 walks, most of them in one inning, and scored 8 runs in the fourth and rallied and won the game, and won their first title in over a half a century. So that Dorsey 9-6 victory stands out as well. Anyway, we're going to step out. We're going to meet the head coach here at Birmingham in his 11th year, Matt Mowry. He's done a terrific job. That's next on SoCal Prep Report.
When I get older, I want to be an agricultural scientist because I like finding out new things and helping other people.
I want to be a police officer.
I just want to be a model.
I want to be an FBI agent because I get to save many lives.
I want to play basketball.
Author, filmmaker, we need to give these children a chance to succeed. I know I was a foster child. Be a foster or adoptive parent. Share your heart, share your home.
11 years as the head coach at Birmingham. Matt Mowry won a championship here in 2014 over Chatsworth. He won the game at Dodger Stadium 6-3, and the coach, again, will have to face Chatsworth in the finals on Saturday. Matt, congratulations on reaching Dodger Stadium. I know it's another date with Chatsworth, but it wasn't easy getting here. A hard-earned 2-1 victory over Cleveland in the semis.
Oh, absolutely. Cleveland's a quality program, and to, have to face West Valley League teams in the finals, or in the semifinals, it's going to be a dogfight, and, as it was for both teams, both teams won 2-1, and that's just a testament to, how good all 4 of our teams have been this year.
And fortunately, I've seen all your playoff games. I knew you were going to get here. So I've been watching every game. And what has happened is your 2 pitchers, Yanez and Rosales, they've only walked 2 batters in those 21 innings. Explain their development and how important it is to have more than 1 pitcher for the final game.
Yeah, we've been talking to our guys all year about the necessity to limit walks, because if you don't walk guys, then you really don't give the opportunity to the other team to really score very often. Rosales has done a great job. He has a sub-2 ERA. Yanez again with a sub-2 ERA, and Garcia with a sub-2 ERA. It's so important to have 3 or 4 pitchers like that can come in, because you might not only need 1 extra guy, you might need 2 extra guys. Especially when you're facing a team like Chatsworth.
I want to talk resiliency. At the end of the year, your last series against Chatsworth, before you went into the playoffs, they bested you at their place 16-0.
I was there. I saw it. I left after the first inning, Matt. Thank you for that.
Eric was there.
Problem.
And then you lost to him here at this field 7-1. But what changed when the playoffs kicked in after that series?
Well, we talk to our guys every year about the different parts of the year, the league, the season. You have your non-league season, you have your regular league games as a season, and then you have the postseason. So we really try to emphasize and split the year up into those 3 seasons. So this is just a postseason for us, and that's exactly that way we treat it.
Can you explain Yanez? This kid is a little strange. He's left-handed, and he loves Luke Bryan songs, country western music. I mean, I've never seen anybody before a game go dancing and singing with the players. What's his story?
Yeah, he's your typical lefty. He thinks with the other side of the brain, and he's entertaining. He keeps our guys loose, keeps them going, and it's a fun atmosphere to have, because he really does a great job. And obviously my wife loves coming to the games now because she gets to hear her country music, so works out perfect.
Yeah.
This is a rematch of the 2014 game. You were the underdog at Dodger Stadium against Chatsworth. You ended up prevailing there 6-3. Is that the prevailing thing around campus? It's 2014 all over again, and you're going to get Chatsworth in the finals and beat them again?
Well, I don't know about that because, this is a totally different team. The 2014 team did some great things. They knew who they were, and they did the small things they had to do. And this is a completely different team for Chatsworth. Different coach, different players. So, it has some similarities, but obviously there's a huge difference there. And we got to make sure we take care of our business.
And this is a really test for both teams. Both schools are going to be off for 9 days before the playing in the finals on Saturday. How do you keep your team sharp?
We just try to be relaxed. At this point in time in the season, we're not really doing anything new. It's just keep ourselves going. If you're not motivated for an opportunity to play at Dodger Stadium and hopefully, win a city title, then I don't know what else will motivate you.
It's physicality. I'm talking about, am I going to see a bunch of errors and walks because the people are not ready?
I don't think so. I think you're going to see a good quality game between both teams. Our kids graduate the night before, so, it'll be a great graduation present for all of them to get out there and play at Dodger Stadium. So they're excited about it. They're focused and working hard. So
All you have to do is show them Audelio Camacho running into the stands at Dodger Stadium in the 2014 game, coming out of there with blood, going out of the game as your inspirational leader when you won that game. Do you think back to that moment? Are you going to show that tape to the players as a motivational, almost like working as a speech?
No, absolutely. When you look at that, you say to the kids, hey, this is what you want. There's 2 outs and 2 strikes on the batter, and we're up by 3 runs, and this kid goes flying into the stands, and it's like, it's just awesome motivation to say, hey, that's how much that young man wanted to win. And, that's the kind of mentality you guys have to go out there with is that.
Well, Matt, best of luck against the Chancellors. Going to be an interesting affair, a championship game. Congratulations on getting to Dodger Stadium. When we come back, we'll meet those 2 pitchers, 2 left-handed throwers, Yanez and Rosales. They're next on SoCal Prep Report.
So I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
I'm going to like this segment. 2 left-handed pitchers. I'm left-handed. Eric's the only right-hander here. All right, we got Eddie Rosales, the veteran, who's going to be throwing at Dodger Stadium unquestionably, and Armando Yanez, who probably also will pitch. We still don't know who's going to start. There's a battle between these 2 and who might start, but they figure both to pitch. Eddie, I remember you in the championship game. You're the only guy left from 2014. You scored a run. I know you were a pinch runner, and you scored. What do you remember about playing at Dodger Stadium?
Very memorable going back. It was my senior year going back to Dodger Stadium, but freshman year going there as a freshman, it was something special to be able to be a part of, and then seeing the guys we had that year was memorable, yeah.
You won the game, and you got to go around the base paths and score. When you touched home plate, what went through your mind?
Nothing really, just trying to score. When I went in, Coach told me be ready to score anything in the gaps or anything to the outfield. So, yeah.
So, Armando, you're known for your country music, being a country music lover. You seem to get everybody relaxed. Are you going to be able to pull that off at Dodger Stadium where everybody's going to be a little nervous?
Yeah, of course, everyone's going to be nervous, but I just got to do my job and get everyone's nerves off the game, and so we can just go out there and have fun.
Right. So you're going to be bringing something to listen to Luke Bryan and sing and dance?
Oh, yeah, I'm bringing a speaker, and we're blasting it all the way there, the whole way.
All right. And for you, Eddie, what does it mean to have a player who's so relaxed to get everybody relaxed on the team?
Confident, because he relaxes before the games, has us in a good mood, good tempo and everything. And feel confident going out there with him on the mound.
Right, and for both of you guys, I was talking to Coach Mowry. You guys only walked 2 guys in the playoffs so far. How have you been able to throw so many strikes?
Just staying focused and just know we have a job and just doing our job. Go out there every game and just throw strikes.
Eddie, how do you keep the team relaxed? You're the veteran. You're going to have to talk to these guys. It's a young baseball team that you're going to Dodger Stadium with. You played there. What are you going to say to the guys?
Basically go out there and have fun, take everything inning by inning, and just play loose.
Who's going to start the game? Who wants the ball first? Or does it matter?
Doesn't matter. We're both going out there and compete.
Randy's just trying to start trouble here. Randy, you didn't go to the semifinal
Well, I know
game.
they
He
both
started,
pitched.
he closed,
I know,
and that
I
worked
know.
out pretty well. But again, you're facing Chatsworth. You guys didn't do very well the first time against them. What's the important part that you have to deal with for Chatsworth?
I honestly can't tell you right now. I'm just focused on going out there and trying to have fun, do my job, and have everyone else buy in and just win.
Right. For you, Eddie, what's the important part of dealing with Chatsworth?
Mostly getting ahead of guys, making sure we're ahead in the count, and not falling behind early in the game.
Well, guys, best of luck. Whoever starts, I'm sure you'll both play. Eddie and Armando, two quality left-handed pitchers. Congratulations, really, on a terrific run in the playoffs.
Thank you.
That's the two quality pitchers here at Birmingham. Certainly they have a shot. They're the underdogs. But hey, 2014, they were a bigger underdog, and they upset Chatsworth. We'll step out and have more on SoCal Prep Report right after this.
What's happening, LA? I'm Arian Alexander. This week, we bring you 3 festivals for you to engage in the vibrant art and music scene all over Los Angeles. Take a look. This weekend, the Loomis Day Festival celebrates the patchwork of cultures that enrich Northeast Los Angeles. Enjoy an array of music, dance, poetry, art, and film. The free 3-day festival honors Charles Loomis, the journalist and activist who founded the Southwest Museum, built his own house by hand, and worked towards a multicultural Los Angeles. The free event will take place across multiple locations like Occidental College, Southwest Museum, York Boulevard, and Sycamore Grove Park. For the schedule of events, go to loomisday.org. Get ready for 2 nights of one-of-a-kind art because the I3 Arts Fest is coming to downtown LA. This interactive, immersive, and innovative public arts festival hosts over 30 artists, allowing them to engage and exhibit their most imaginative works. The event will take place in 3 separate locations with unique art installations, including a large-scale interactive art installation at Grand Park, an art car in Pershing Square, and a concert experience at Innovation Plaza. For details, go to i3artsfest.com. Don't miss the Cuban American Music Festival in downtown Los Angeles this Sunday. The festival not only brings together the Cuban American community, but also introduces Angelinos to the vast and rich heritage of the Cuban culture. The festival features musical acts, dancing, local Cuban artists, as well as Cuban food and drinks. For more information, visit bit.ly/Cuban American Music Festival. We take you across Los Angeles to experience the different art and music that enriches our city. So go out and enjoy it. I'm Arian Alexander for What's Happening in LA, and I'll see you next week.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another windy edition of the SoCal Prep Report. I'm Rich Estrella, and we're here at Valley Christian High School. This is where the West team for the 605 All-Star Football Classic are practicing, and with me now is head coach Woodyie Grayson. As you can see, Woody has had his hairpiece blown off for the day. It always seems like we come out here, there's a big old wind tunnel in here, man.
Yes,
Is it always like this?
It seems to be this area. For whatever reason, we get a lot of wind and a lot of weather here, so.
Must help you when you go to some of those cold weather areas up there, you know, and play ball where it's kind of windy.
Yeah, we get used to it, so, you know, we welcome that kind of weather.
Good deal. Let's talk about the 605 All-Stars on the west side. Your team looks pretty good. You got a lot of good kids out here.
Well, a lot of great kids. The coaching staff and I were talking just yesterday or today at our own practice about how many good kids there really are, and you know, they're just really nice kids. So they've been a joy to be around. Practices have been fun. So you know, we've really enjoyed our time with them.
Let's talk about this Saturday night. Of course, you're going to face the East Side. It's made up of a group of predominantly Orange County kids, Orange County schools. I think like 85% of the roster comes from the other side of Beach Boulevard. So it's going to be quite the game. They kind of mirror you. Got a lot of good, great kids, a lot of great skilled kids. So in an all-star game like this, man, what are you hoping to accomplish besides the W?
Honestly, you know, we'd like to just put on a good show and make sure all the kids have a good time. This is a reward for those guys. You know, they've all had great seasons, and they represent the best of their schools and their campuses and their teams. So we'd like for them to have a positive experience. Defensively, you know, obviously they haven't really hit anybody live in a long time, so you don't want anybody to get injured. Offensively, you hope you can, you know, snap it and throw it and catch it and hold on to it. So hopefully we'll put together a good show.
Well, that's one thing I've noticed this year. Both squads have basically gone in shells. And when they talk about shells, it's what you see out here now. You have helmets and shoulder pads. That's pretty much it. So there's nobody going to be leaving their feet trying to tackle somebody and jack up their knees. So it seems like the way to go right now.
Well, safety is always an issue in our sport, especially right now with all of the concussion things going on. And like I said, these guys haven't really hit anybody. They haven't really trained for a game in a while. So just getting them to Saturday night is a big accomplishment.
Well, we all got that muscle memory in football, man. You never forget. It's like riding a bike, man. Once you strap it on, you get that feeling.
Yeah, it'll come back to those guys. The first time you get hit, you'll realize, oh, this is real, and
That's right.
and they'll start getting after it and getting excited.
But
as
out
well.
here, you know, everybody gets after it. There's no, you can't take a play off. You know, I remember playing football and being dominant against the guy across the line, and there's a couple of times where you could take a play off. You knew the play was going the other way. You could just stand up instead of trying to jack somebody up. Out here, you can't take a play off.
No, these guys are the best of the best, and you know those guys are the type of guys that always compete. They're always looking to get that edge on one another. So if you take that play off, somebody's going to get you.
Real quick, talk about your quarterbacks. I want to talk to Buska here pretty quick. He's
Yeah,
one of
we
the good
have
ones.
two kids, one from St. Anthony, Johnny Buska, and the other one, Tanner Frost from Wilson.
Hey, wait, those guys are contrasting too, man.
They played each other in a great game earlier this year, but they've been getting along really well. And, you know, Tanner's a little quieter, but Johnny's, you know, full of personality. I think you'll enjoy talking to him.
Tanner's also 6'6". Buska's not even close to 6'6". Anybody surprise you out here that's come out so far? Somebody that you might have looked at and think, well, I don't know if this guy could play or not, but, you know.
To be honest, I think it's our own kids at Valley. You know, sometimes you wonder how you stack up against the other guys, and then you watch your own kids get out there, and not only are they able to hang and compete, but in some cases they're winning a lot of those battles. So it's nice to see that our kids can play with the best.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Coach, I know you guys are well prepared. Of course, you had Valley prepared all year long. You guys were state contenders, and be interesting to see what happens this Saturday night.
Like I said, I just hope that we come out and put together a good show.
Good show, man. That's all we can hope for. Do me a favor. Go get Buska if you don't mind, so we can give a little talk to him right now. Okay, we're talking with Johnny Buxa, quarterback on the west side, one of two. And he went to St. Anthony this year, and boy, you guys had quite the season. You guys had a bunch of firsts for that high school in football.
Yeah, it was real fun coming in from a public school going into a small private school like St. Anthony. Me and my other guy, Taylon Patton, who came in as a transfer with a bunch of other guys that we were comfortable with and we played with in the past. It was just a real fun experience to be there.
So you go from a school, Milliken High School, which has got about 5,000 students in it, to St. Anthony, which has what, about maybe 600?
500.
Wow. Talk about the transition.
It was different for sure. The campus size was way different. The population was way different. But knowing a lot of the kids that were already there that I knew from the past, so it was an easy fit for me to go in.
Going in this year, what was your thought process about the team? Do you guys think you can win CIF this year and actually get a berth at state? I mean, that's pretty good.
We knew we had the chance to go into CIF. We were saying it from the beginning of summer ball. We were saying our goal is to go to CIF, and just putting in the work in the off season, in the weight room, on the field, extra time at the park and stuff with my guys. We just knew we could do it. So when we fulfilled that and we heard the chance to go to state, we were like, damn, this is a dream. So we just took the opportunity and, you know.
Yeah, let me tell you now, they didn't go too well for St. Anthony. I mean, they got there and everything, but, man, it was what, double overtime?
It was single overtime.
Single overtime, and who was your opponent? I already forgot. You probably already forgot, too.
Pleasant Valley.
Pleasant Valley had a wide receiver go out of bounds, and once you're out of bounds, you're out. All right? He came back in and caught a ball in overtime, and basically you guys lost the game on that play by 1 point. Yeah. Very disappointing, but let me lay it out for you. That way, you know, you don't sound like you're bitter about it, right? Because you're feeling good about that, right?
Yeah, we
right.
feel good about the game.
Okay, talk about your experience here with the kids, here with your 605 All-Stars. What do you think about the group?
I think we actually have a great group out here. We have a lot of great athletes out here that I don't even know where our school is, but being able to play with them out here one last time to finish off a high school experience is just an honor being out here for the 605 game.
And the game being it's a 50th anniversary, we have a lot of historic schools here, like, of course, your coach, Valley Christian, went to state as well this year, won a CIF championship. That's not unprecedented here, but, again, you know, it seems like the smaller schools were the mighty ones around here.
Yeah, you know, like, a lot of the big schools, they get the big hype, but it's just the little man that when they get their chance, they peak and they show everyone off.
Yeah, well, hopefully you guys will peak this Saturday night, right?
Of course.
All right, we're talking with Joey Buxa. Again, he was the quarterback at St. Anthony, and we come back, we're going to talk with more athletes here on the west side.
Exploring LA County's trails is now a click away. A mobile-friendly trail locator lets you discover all our county's scenic hikes. It features an interactive map that takes you inside the trail. From the elevation to the temperature, what you need to know is at your fingertips. Wondering if your dog, horse or bike is welcome? It has that too. So discover some of LA's best kept secrets and happy trails to you.
Okay, now we're talking with linebacker Brian Reyes of Linwood High School. And Brian, I know the San Gabriel Valley League, man. It's we used to call it the Black and Blue League because every week you were beat up, and you had to take a couple days to lick your wounds. You got some of your rivals here. What's it like working out with these guys?
Man, seeing them here is like we're competing one-on-one, and just it's nice getting the feel of how to compete with one-on-one.
Yeah, especially with the elite guys, right? Because you can't take. We were talking earlier. You're really in an all-star game like this. You really can't take any plays off. You're going to get beat.
Yes, sir. Yeah, here you got to keep every rep 100% because there's always the next guy that can be better than you. You're here for a reason. All-star, best of the best.
So what have you been doing since you played football since your last game? And working out? What have you been doing to stay in shape and prepare for this game?
Well, yeah, been attending 24-hour fitness right there in Compton. Staying working out, running on a treadmill, getting conditioned, track, 5 in the morning every day, getting it in, protein.
That's dedication, man.
Yes, sir.
The next level.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think about the game this week? It's the 50th anniversary. It's been quite a while. Linwood, one of the original member schools in the ball game. What do you think about the East squad? Have you heard anything? Anybody talking over there? You guys got anybody scouting them like Belichick or anything like that?
Well, I don't really talk to no dudes over there on the East, but all we know is going to get that win on Saturday. That's all I know.
That's all that matters, huh?
That's all that matters, yep.
All right, man. Hey, good luck to you, Mr. Reyes.
Thank you, sir.
Tear it up, man. Hey, show him your helmet. This guy Linwood guy going to LSU. Who would have ever thought that? All right, man. Making Josh Booty proud. All right, that's just a little flavor of what's going on this Saturday, which is obviously, if you're watching this game on this show on Friday, it's tomorrow. Kickoff is at 6:05. The game's at Pioneer Stadium, Pioneer Titan Stadium, that is, on the campus there in Whittier High School, right off the 605 in Slauson. Come out, be a part of it, man. It's going to be a great ball game. The 50th anniversary, going to be a lot of memories, a lot of stuff floating around. On behalf of the cast and crew here at the SoCal Prep Report, I'm Rich Estrella saying so long. We'll see you next week.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. You can't control where it will land, only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how to protect your community from wildfires.
Well, the city finals have concluded in track and field, and I think about that a lot because Birmingham over the years has had some great track and field teams, and that's where we are here today. But Dorsey won the boys' championship. Ralph Tilley, their fine coach, Hall of Fame coach, wins his 16th, and the Carson girls prevail again on the distaff side. Carson and girls, Dorsey and boys seems to be the theme in track and field.
Yeah, Carson's girls were just so much better than everybody else behind Kaylin Roberts. They had 177 points. The Dorsey team was just about depth. They had a lot of great athletes out there, multiple sport athletes helping out win. I was so impressed in the 100. Jox Wilson of Hamilton, a defensive back, took on Antoine Williams of Dorsey, a running back, and it was a great matchup. Wilson won 10.73, 10.79 and for Williams, and it was just nice to see these two sport athletes going at it because there are some football coaches who don't want their athletes running track, which I don't understand. Virtually everybody who drafted in the first round in the NFL draft was a multiple sport athlete.
Well, it always seems to be that the 100 is a race. The 100-yard dash or the 100-meter dash over the years has been a lot of football players. But I want to go back to Kaylin Roberts. She's that great runner, sprinter for Carson. She won the 200 and the 400. She's the defending state champion in the 400.
Yeah, the state championships are this weekend in Clovis, Friday and Saturday. She will be favored in the 400, but there's some really good competitors out there. I think it'll be a good meet, but it will be hot as usual. But I think lots of good times are at Clovis because of that hot weather. So it should be fun. You have baseball at Dodger Stadium on Saturday. You have track and field championships Friday and Saturday at Clovis. Which one are you going to?
I'm going to a high school all-star football game, the 605
See,
Classic.
you're just sold on football, Randy.
Love football.
I'll be at Dodger Stadium.
But we will have the results of the baseball championships for you on our final show of the season. We'll take a little hiatus in the summer and come back in the fall. Next week, our final show of the season. For Eric, I'm Randy. We'll see you next week right here on SoCal Prep Report.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay